Hits by the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees and G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today, let's talk about, what side should I bang? What side should I take? Do I have to take a side? I think about it like sometimes it's peer pressure, sometimes it's just plain old choice, right? But it's much like the internet, you know, it can get you upset, but there's an easy solution. Turn it off. Turn it off. That's what it is. Right? You don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with anything. You don't have to take a side in anything either. Listen, not to bring a cloud into the room, guys. Both of my parents are no longer with us, right? I tend to, as a man and a family man and everything, you know what? Things are what they are. Are they unfortunate? Yes, they are. But it is a part of life. That's just the bottom line, right? With that said, guys, I do have family in different parts of the state and different parts throughout the United States, for that matter, right? And in different parts of the different countries and so forth, so on and so forth, right? But here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. Should I hate? And I'm gonna say hate because what I'm trying to reach at, guys, it's it reaches a level of where people have taken lives over somebody, over despising them for whatever their reasons are, right? Maybe they feel they didn't grow up morally, you know, right, and your way is right, so you're trying to take them out because whatever, right? There's just no way. Sometimes, okay, let me put it like this. So you're going to despise somebody or hate somebody simply by default because they grew up on that side or they grew up on this side. Which side is right? Who even says that, man? Or who determines that part? You know, I mean, yeah, we've heard the term of two wrongs don't make it right, but it sure makes us even. Okay, cool. I get that in a sense, but where does it stop? And don't tell me they can't stop or whatever. I get it, guys. There's some people out there that hey, you in your gangster mode, hey, you know, much respect to you, but at the end of the day, I gotta say things I gotta say what I gotta say about this. Here's the deal. Now, let's take it back before the internet, before cell phones, before social media, before any of this stuff even came into play, right? The old school, right? If you are of Latino, Hispanic, Chicano, whatever, Mexican, American, however you want to call it, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. You get what I'm getting at, right? But you grew up on Saturday, you know, Saturday cartoons or whatever. You woke up in the morning and you stepped out of your room and your house smelled of Clorox and Pine Sol and music blasting and food cooking. I dare say 99 to 100% grew up the same way. So therefore we end up growing up And for some reason or another, we get this distorted image of one another that they're different or this person's different. But yet we all grew up the same. If you show a certain film that's a comedy, they're going to laugh at it just like anybody else is going to laugh at it. Right? Maybe some people, and far and few in between, there's people there that don't think it's funny. Hey, cool. That has nothing to do with saying, hey, you know what, I don't agree with everything. This is not about agreeing with everything. This is just talking about similarities. There's sometimes, and not sometimes, there is situations where people will despise somebody just on default because they live at a certain spot or a certain area or a certain side, a certain street. To really, and again, guys, I'm saying hate because it's gone to the point where lives have been taken. So yes, it's hate. Let's call it what it is. But again, going back to everything else, my family members that live outside of my area, I can't despise them for the area they grew up at. That's an extension of my family. That should be proud to say, hey, my legacy, my mother and father's bloodline run through here, right? And show that being proud with my children to say, hey, you know what? I'm not saying, oh, well, you know what? They live over there and they grew up different and they're this and this and that. They don't get it and they think they're this and that. No, dude, like, no. Why would I do that? And some people say, hey, well, you know what? I got family over there and I don't really trip. Then why trip on anybody else for that matter? It's the same difference. We sometimes tell the same jokes. If you get us together in a room, it just clicks. We are not much different than anybody else for that matter, right? And that goes for any nationality, any race for that matter that despise each other for, I'll dare say, politics. I get it, guys. It does exist. It does exist. But there's also got to be an end to it, man. At some point, there's and you know what, guys? Look, there's always going to be disagreements, man. There's no way around it. There's always going to be disagreements. That goes without saying. That's just the nature of the beast in us humans, right? It's in the nature of the beast of us human beings. But to hold on and to really go there and be like, oh, well, no, you know what? Because them, whatever them and and it goes back and forth. No, I don't agree to that. I don't think it's right. Life is too short to be worried about that. Now, they say, well, lives have been taken and so on and so forth. Okay, yeah, but then what? Then what? You jump into the mix. Now what? Now, what happens now? Because your friend, homeboy, whatever, ends up getting murdered, right? Now you jump into the mix or whatever. Now they can't catch you. Now you're jeopardizing your family. Now you're jeopardizing your family. Now it goes into a whole more personal level. Right, and I'm not going to get into the politics of what may happen and stuff like that. You all can do the math. You put it together. It's a rotating door, man. That's not going to stop. It's a rotating door. But you have the choice to step out of that door. And it doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you less of a person, and nobody should look down on anybody if you're a female or you're a grown man and you decide, hey, you know what, man, I need to take into consideration. I need to care for my family. I need to take, I'm not willing to jeopardize my family over it. There should be nothing wrong with that at all. There should be nothing wrong with that at all. But we're distorted again with the way we that's viewed as, right? And it's kind of give you the guilt trip, like, oh, well, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. You know what, guys? It's there's no real end to try to end this on a really, I don't want to say positive. I mean, it's a touchy subject, man. It's a hard thing to have to bring up without really going there. I don't really want to go there, guys. I am not in any affiliation whatsoever. I never have been. And if I wear a certain color of clothes, that's just what it is, guys. It's not. I'm not trying to represent anything other than Two Face Entertainment. Hey, right? You know, hey. But anyhow, that's the situation, guys. That's the situation I see at hand. Although I don't agree with a lot of this new generation that we have now. But you know, with a lot of the things going on in the world, with I won't even go there. But at least they're not killing themselves, man. At least for the most part. A lot of the rappers are trying to live that lifestyle. They jump in, you know, back in the day, people rap to get out of the hood. Now people rap to get into the hood, and then they get killed right away. And then there's things where they wear dresses and stuff like that. But we're not gonna go there. That's just a whole other situation. But going back to everything else, guys, you have a choice. You have a choice to stand on your own too. You have a choice to stand on your own too, and you have a choice to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to show respect to that person, and that person shows me respect. We get to talking, we get to communicate, and before you know it, you got love and respect for that person, because guess what? There's a lot of communication, a lot of not communication. There's a lot of similarities within each other, right? And then we end up finding out that maybe we're not all that different, right? But with that, guys, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. This is Two Face Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Fred Segura, signing out.